guys, it's Brian the Shaving Geek here with another episode of my shave of the day. Today I had a wonderful shave. Was able to get one more shave in with the Reef Point Soapworks pass around before I send it on down the pike, and so excited to tell you about that today. Today I went back to using my Plisson Synthetic, and when I say I went back to it, I actually traveled with this, but I'm comparing kind of Monday's shave where I used the 1438 to today's shave, and so today using the Plisson Synthetic with the Reef Point test depth. For my razor today, and by the way, you know I love that brush. I could go on and on and on and on about that brush. Very soft. It lathers things very easily. Just very glad to have it. My razor today, I went back to my single edge Gem Junior. Now, this razor is one that I picked up in the same lot of the same lot of razors that I bought at an auction where I got my Fat Boy. And quite frankly, I had no interest at all in trying out this razor. In fact, I almost tossed it in the trash. I just thought it's got a kind of a plasticky handle. I think this is plastic. I don't think it's Bakelite, but I'm not an expert on those things. But it's got this kind of plastic handle. The head is just, it seems chintzy. There's no heft at all to this razor. And at that point in time, I was only using DEs. I wasn't using any single edge razors at all. And so I just had no interest at all in using this razor. Now, a couple of months ago, somebody gave my brother a single-edged razor, and so I started using the single-edged razors just because I wanted to be able to give him some tips and pointers because he was just getting into traditional wet shaving. And so I cleaned this puppy up, and I used it, and it just blew me away. Now, I have, I believe, at least two other single-edged razors, gems. I have the bullet tip, and I have a Micromatic, the brass one, TTO, and they're both great. But this one is, in my opinion, and for me, is head and shoulders above those. It seems like I get a closer shave with this than I do the other two. And this just has tremendous audio feedback, and I really enjoy that. Now, what do I mean by audio feedback? It just means that I can hear the razor blade passing through the whiskers, and it's very similar to the audio feedback that I hear when I watch the guys who straight razor shave, and I don't seem to get that from my DE razors. And so to me, it's just another enjoyable part of the shave. And so I get just a tremendous amount of audio feedback from this. And where that really comes into play for me is that I know which areas I don't need to touch up again, because just by the sound that I get from this, I don't even need to feel my face. I know I've got it as close as I'm going to get it. And so it just really performs wonderfully for me in that regard. As I said, I seem to get a closer shave with the single-edged razors than I do with my double-edged. I get almost BBS every time with this razor in two passes. Now today, right here, there's a little bit that is not totally smooth, but definitely you can see it's definitely socially acceptable, and I would call this really just about DFS, except for this one patch here. It really BBS except for this one patch. And usually this area in here is the one that I really struggled to get very smooth, and no issues whatsoever. So anyhow, if you haven't tried a single-edged razor, I would really highly recommend it. If you can get your hand on one of these puppies, they're not very expensive, and they just work. At least they work well for me. This has a blade in it that I'm on shave number 5, and I actually went and, because I couldn't remember, and I've done several shave of the day videos with my single edges, and I couldn't remember what kind of a blade I had in them. I picked these blades up at some drugstore somewhere. I don't remember if it's CVS, Rite Aid, doesn't matter. But on the pack it says American Safety Razor Company. So they are blades that were made by this company that were branded branded for the drugstore, but they're American Safety Razor Company blades. It seems to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that there aren't quite as many options in the single-edged space with regards to blades. I've seen gems, I've seen treats, and I've seen these. There may be a few others out there, but it doesn't seem like there's quite the variety in the single-edged space as there seems to be in the double-edged space. But these work very well for me. I've heard that you can push them a little farther than you can a double-edged blade, and so shave number 5, 2 thumbs up, worked very, very well. Now on to the soap. I wanted to get one more shave in with this Reef Point test depth before I sent it on down the way, because as you may recall, the first crack I took at this really dried my face out, and I wasn't even really quite sure if I wanted to try to shave with it again. That was how dry my face got. But then I got to thinking, you know, especially after I got some feedback from some other people, and I tried the Dragon's Blood. I thought, you know what, I want to be fair to Eric, and so I gave it another shot on Monday, and I did not have that reaction whatsoever. And so today I thought, okay, you know what, I want to do the tiebreaker. I want to do it a third time. Third time's a charm. Let me compare and let me see what happens. And, you know, is it going to be the dried out face, or is it going to be, you know, the good shave that I had on Monday? And quite frankly, it was more of the latter and less of the former. Now, my face was already a little bit dried out to begin with. And does this soap hydrate my face? It doesn't. There are some soaps that I have that leave me with a nice post-shave feel of hydration. This soap just doesn't seem to be one of those. I used a Marrakesh the other day from Ginger's Garden, actually 2 days in a row, and when I got done, my face felt very, very hydrated. And Test Step doesn't seem to do that for me, which kind of surprises me, because the tallow-based soaps that I've used in the past have seemed to do that, but this one just doesn't, and that's fine. But I don't feel dried out, and almost if I smile, my face is going to crack and I'm going to start bleeding. So anyhow, I love the scent on this. The scent on this is just great. Woo! It's just a great scent. I'm going to miss this. And I probably will look into acquiring this in the not too distant future. Although, you know, you can see I have more soaps than any one man probably should have, and I know there's some of you that blow me out of the water. But anyhow, we'll not even get into that. The scent on this is great. The performance on this is very good, and so 2 thumbs up to Reef Point soaps. Again, you know, the thing I want to mention on this is it being a tallow-based soap. I have very hard water, and sometimes I've had problems lathering tallow-based soaps. And if I didn't know any better, I would never dream that this is a tallow-based soap. It lathers very, very easily, and it's lathered very easily every time I've used it with my Plisson and with my Simogue 1438. So excellent job on the formulation there. Really like it. And also, from my understanding, as I mentioned on my Monday shave, they are moving towards these, I believe, these plastic containers, and that is definitely, and the waterproof labels, that's definitely going to be a plus. To finish up today, I used my Fine Fresh Vetiver aftershave. Love this stuff. Whew, that is just good stuff. So glad to have this in my den, and it was just a great way to end the shave. So today I used my Plisson Synthetic. I used my Gem Junior, loaded with a American Safety Razor Company blade, and shave number 5. I used the Reef Point Soapworks Test Depth, and then I finished up with a Fine Fresh Vetiver. 2 passes. I'm going to give it a DFS Plus today. This is Brian the Shaving Geek reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.